Howdy ho, big hairy and scary people of the internet. Today marks an important milestone in the history of this channel because this is the 350th episode of Mongoose 1 Billion. This is a cause for great celebration. Here's to 350 more, I suppose. What do you think the world's gonna look like by the time we hit that milestone? You think white people are still gonna be a thing by then? Only time will tell. Okay, so look at that. We got the magical flying hat in the sky or whatever. The name of the thing was right on there. I don't know why I didn't just call it by what it was. Hey, doesn't this remind you of that thing from Sonic Unleashed? It's always funny when the video game is like the other video game. Hurdy, hurdy, hur. And now we're gonna use our spaceship to get away from this primitive caveman world forever. If I was a cool Redditor who browses our atheism, I would point out how this is a good analogy for that meme where Professor Farnsworth says, "I don't want to live on this planet anymore." That was a very popular one in 2012. All the cool, hip, and edgy atheists saying, "Oh, I want to leave the planet because of blah, 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 blah." Look at that, Mario's got a sailor-esque hat now. And not like the gay kind of sailor either. Or maybe it is, I don't know what Mario does in his free time. He's his own man. Maybe they're saving that for Mario Odyssey 2. Diversity and inclusion make Mario gay. No! He looked very concerned when I said that. So in this next segment, Mario gets to return to his homeland, Mexico. You may have heard that Mario is an Italian, but that's just propaganda. Real Mario fans know that Mario is actually a light-skinned Mexican. Believe me, I would know. My uncle works at Nintendo. My uncle's Satoru Iwata. So, enough screwing around. It's time for Mario to have a very south-of-the-border adventure.
He wears a red bandana, plays a cool piano in a honky-tonk down in Mexico.
So yeah, hopefully that doesn't get content ID'd, but if it does, just know that there was a song about Mexico. Look at those crazy tall hats. They're like Abraham Lincoln in a sense, if he had a blue skull with purple eyes for a face. And also, rather than having one tall hat, he actually just had a series of hats to grant the appearance of a tall hat. That's the thing about Abraham Lincoln. Everybody thought he was really tall, but it was just the hat making him tall. Without the hat, I think he was actually like 3'2". But, yeah. So, here's where they introduce the special purple coins that are only good in this one segment. Your money's no good here. SpongeBob, your money's no good here. And look at that, you can just sneak behind the counter and steal shit. And they won't do nothing about it. The Mario world is full of very soft people that they'll just permit shoplifting because they're too afraid to confront you. I could go a certain place with this joke, but I'm not going to. No politics allowed. That thing looks cool with the guy frozen in the ice back there. It's a good way to showcase the model, you know, the 3D model that is. Have it suspended in the air. Alright, let's finally address the elephant in the room here and start talking about the Smiling Friends premiere, which at the time of recording was just last night. Due to getting screwed over by my cable company, I can really only see that one episode, the one with Mr. Frog. Oh, hello. That character is goddamn genius. I mean, there's really only like 3 things to his character. He moves fast, and he eats people, and he doesn't know what's right and wrong, and yet somehow they've just managed to develop this incredible character where you just want to see more of him. And his catchphrase too, it just works so damn well. Hello. He starts every sentence with that. Oh man, oh man. And I really like that shot where he's on Jimmy Fallon and they just have the contrasting art styles, and it feels like the way they drew him becomes even more noticeable when he's opposed to a realistic looking character, and suddenly you can almost like feel like the texture of him, and he just looks rubbery in comparison in a way that he didn't look before when he was up against other cartoon characters. Gosh, it's all just so damn good. Look at me, I'm Mr. Frog. How did that song go? You can look it up on your own time. Good stuff. So anyway, what you're supposed to do with this thing here is, aside from looking around the arena, there's supposed to be a taxi up in the sky, and if you can spot it, you can get a moon. I know because ProZD made a video about this. But I can't seem to find it. Come to think of it, I think there's a guy you have to talk to activate the big taxi in the sky or whatever. Yeah, that's something that needs to be activated, now that I think about it. The rules of this world are so strange and inconsistent. I like the part where you talk to the man and it puts a taxi in the sky, and then you can look at the taxi, and then you will earn the moon. Do those ice cubes do anything, or ice chunks rather? Or are those just there for aesthetics? I don't think there's anything you can do to break them per se, but the temptation is there. Here comes another 2D segment. On the topic of 2D Mario, I was looking at a review of Super Mario All-Stars on SNES the other day, because that's just what I do in my spare time. I watch reviews of SNES games in 2022. Anyway, and the guy was talking about how incredible this was back in the day and how they fully remastered all of the games for the new and more capable system, and all for the price of one game. And, you know, thinking about that and then thinking about the 3D Mario All-Stars that they did. Yeah, hot takes for 2022. People already said all this 2 years ago, old man. Fuck you, but anyway, I just feel like something's kind of been lost over the years in terms of Nintendo caring, as Kanye as Kanye West would say. Shigeru Miyamoto doesn't care about black people. You guys know that thing I'm referencing once where he disrupted that thing on Saturday Night Live and he said, George Bush doesn't care about black people, and that the producers didn't know what to do, so they just cut away from him, and they cut to Chris Tucker, who didn't even know he was going to be on camera, so he's just like standing there next to a refrigerator, and then suddenly he notices the camera's there, and he just starts talking. I mean, he's on camera, what are you going to do? That was so darn funny. And poor old Mike Myers, he was standing right next to Kanye when he said that, and he had no idea that was coming. So, let's take another look into the Viewmaster. Did you guys ever have those little Viewmaster toys as a kid? They were like little goggles you could look into, and you would put like little mini film reels in them, and you could flip through the pictures, and I had a few of those. Those were cool. I had one themed after that crappy Batman movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, where he played the Iceman. Is that Mr. Freeze? That's what his name was. Yeah, I had one based on that. Don't know where that came from, seeing how I wasn't around when that movie came out. I don't think. Either that or I was just very young, but it's not something I asked for per se. Maybe we just got it at a garage sale. So, this has been some 350th episode, huh? I don't think there's really even been any jokes the past 10 minutes. It was kind of a letdown, but hey, you can't win them all. So we'll just keep going in the hopes that maybe the next episode will be better. Just keep on trucking.